With thousands of federal employees in South Florida, many organizations are doing what they can to ease the pain of the shutdown while they're not paid. Today, volunteers from the South Florida Muslim Federation delivered 100 food packages to help feed members of the U.S. Coast Guard and their families. Feeding South Florida also hosted 2 food distributions for furloughed employees at Miami International Airport and at the Bureau of Prisons. And right now, I'm joined by Daniel Garcia-Barbon for the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. And Daniel, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I have read stories that air traffic controllers haven't been getting paid. I've been waiting tables and driving Ubers. Is that happening here in South Florida?
It is. Actually, just in my facility, we already have a few people that have called me as one of the union reps and have told me that they are looking for side jobs, whether it's waiting tables, bartenders, Uber, Lyft driving, or other things that they can find.
And what impact does that, having a second job, have on someone who has already a very stressful occupation?
So our job is, it's got a very unique skill set. We need to be 100% right 100% of the time. We can't have people coming into work fatigued, and I tell them that they need to make sure that they come to work 100%, ready to work and ready to, keep the flying public safe. And I understand that they need to provide for their family. Tomorrow will be the second paycheck that they don't get. There's things that they need to pay for, bills and grocery and things like that. But they need to come to work ready to go.
All right, let me ask you about the 2 statements that we've seen that come out. One from the union, which came out last night, and it was pretty scary. It was a dire warning about this situation and what you're talking about, the fatigue that the air traffic controllers are feeling and the stress of not getting a paycheck. But today the FAA put out its own statement saying everyone will be safe. Which is it?
Well, the air traffic controllers that are working are going to do the best job that they can to keep the flying public safe. The problem is that we have our support staff, our team is not there, our support team is not there to back us up. They're furloughed because they're considered non-essential. Well, for us, they're essential. It's like asking a surgeon to perform a surgery and not having the team of nurses around them. So the controllers are going to do what they can to keep the flying public safe, but the system is eroding. The layers of safety that we have put in place over years and years are eroding. There's equipment that is not being maintained. There's equipment that's failing and isn't being fixed because it's deemed non-essential, and we'll get to it after the shutdown is over, and this is not working for us. This needs to be fixed immediately.
Give me an idea what the morale is like inside the tower.
So the morale in the workforce is it's eroding, as well. Every day we have people, all day long. This is what we talk about. Well, how are you getting by, and how are you going to pay your bills, and does your spouse work, and are you taking out a loan, and are you racking up credit card debt? Did you have a savings? These are the things, the conversations that are being had every day at the facility that I work at, and it's really not the type of conversations that we're used to having.
Well, I don't know if you got an opportunity to listen to a comment that was made today by the Secretary of Commerce, Wilbur Ross. He was being interviewed on, I think it was CNBC, about this, and he said, well, I don't understand why federal employees would be going to a food bank. They could just get a loan based on their future paychecks. Call your banker and get a loan. What was your reaction when you heard that?
So I found it laughable that, that the Secretary would say something like that. I mean, I have a job. I go to work every day. I'm proud of my job, and I expect when I do my job I get paid so that I can pay my bills and provide for my family. I don't see why I should have to take out a loan and take a hit to my credit score and have to start building up debt so I can pay my bills when I'm used to paying my bills with the paycheck that I'm used to getting.
Are the controllers pointing fingers and saying, well, I blame President Trump, I blame Nancy Pelosi? What are they saying about that?
No, air traffic controllers, we are not immigration experts. We want to get the government open. We want to go to work, do our job, and get our paychecks.
All right, again, Daniel Garcia-Barbon, thank you very much. Not only for being here for the job that you and your colleagues do for us every day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.